I'll put that in my inventory as well.
All right.
Yeah.
So I've got the alchemist supplies marked off on my future list, and I'll give you the poisoner's kit too, because I think I have that in the. Yeah, I have that in the bag of holding right now, but I can mark that off so you can have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll have
that'll reduce some weight.
Triple combined poisoners, brewers, and alchemy supplies kit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all that listed in my...
Okay. So yeah, with that, you should be able, depending on whatever you're wanting to try and create, then you'll be able to, take some time to work with that. And like I said, if you want to try and start taking potions and upgrading them, like you want to take an alchemist fire and try to turn it into like
we got about 3 of those.
Yeah. So like if you wanted to take an alchemist fire and try to turn it into a superior alchemist fire that maybe does like double, triple damage, quadruple damage, whatever. The stronger that you want to try to make it, the more difficult it's going to be. But I'll give you bonuses depending on how many of the alchemy books that you have.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So the more books that you research with, the higher the bonus. So like let's say right now I'll give you a +4.
I have 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a +4 to any alchemy rolls that you do to try and do whatever it is you're trying to accomplish.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll give that a think.
Yeah.
We're not playing. I don't want to waste everybody's time with all that.
No, you're good, dude. Yeah, because that'll also give me time to grab a list of like all the potions and different things.
Right.
And then kind of put... Actually, I'll probably just use the gold price as a difficulty level.
Okay.
And I'll just...
yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll just gauge them out by that. So, like, I've got the list here. Like, a potion of healing is like 40. So, if you wanted to make one of those, it'd probably be really simple. But if you wanted to make, like, a potion of invisibility, it's 200 gold. So, it'd be a higher difficulty.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Yeah, because I've got a whole list of all the potions. But it's also, like I said, also including, poison, basic poisons that you can put on your weapons, alchemist fires, all kinds of that stuff. So yeah, I'll figure that one up later, and then you just let me know what you want to do, and I'll figure it out.
Okay.
What was that one? Like potion of clairvoyance is 1,000 gold, so that'll be a little bit
I'll
more.
have to look into it. As far as potions go, I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to go through and see about just building out a whole list of all the potions. And then, like, anything that you can kind of store in a bottle, more or less.
I thought I think that comes with some of them as like empty vials and bottles.
Yeah, yeah. The supplies will be there, and he'll just use those to mad science his way to whatever the hell he wants.
Looneyville?
I mean...
Sorry, bad joke.
I wonder... just putting ideas in your head there, Eurus, if you wanted to do like a potion of polymorph or something.
Right.
Just ideas. But yeah, now run with that one, dude. You let me know what you want to try and do with some of that stuff, and I'll figure it out.
I will eventually. That's interesting. I don't know if so you're saying I might be able to like condense spells into like liquid essence then? That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, for certain ones I would say probably.
Liquid essences?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. It may need some rare and unique creature parts to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be kind of dope to add to.
That would be fun.
Add to the whole thing.
That might be something I could also do since I like know healing word or whatever. I can like try to like infuse that into the liquid or something like that, just like its flavor.
Yep.
And that could be like how I make healing potions. Is like.
That would save us a lot of gold from having to actually go and buy them. And right now, we're decent. We got 13 regular and 1 greater.
Yeah.
But again, we can. Well, with all due respect, Eric, with Vincent and Tommy, they can bleed through those like it's nothing. So.
No, I know.
They're knocking them back like beers.
Exactly.
What I'm thinking is as we use them, I can use the empty bottles.
Yeah.
If you save them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
just
a good
recycle them.
And I
There you go.
can keep track of what they're changing into and so forth.
What if they
'cause you got
explode
the,
and
you
kill
got the
someone?
list and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got the list of everything.
Yeah.
Especially, it'd be a little easier, especially since you're typically at the games more frequently than I am.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
really hard for me right now to get there.
No, it's
No,
all
you're
good, dude.
you're good. You're good.
We're glad you can make it on Discord.
What if one of them explodes and kills someone?
Well, then have fun.
That's the risk.
Yeah, you're it.
Mad science. All right.
No, that's fine.
So yeah, you're good with that one. You've got book number 8, so I want to add that one to your list.
I did.
Cool. All right. So
And then also, actually, if you want to make something that probably makes like, for lack of better phrasing, a huge ass fireball type thing, we do have that fiend's urine that you could probably like mix in something and really make something like really hurt. Like I'm looking at this as like nitroglycerin with like alcohol in it. Like that's kind of how I'm picturing this right now. It's just nitroglycerin with alcohol.
Pour it down Avernus and just watch it explode.
oh god.
Hey, give me just a second, Sarah. I was going to bed.
Oh,
go
you're
for
good.
it.
You're good. All right. So
That's like we can move.
while we're outside, like when we
Hey,
get
George,
outside,
I do need to leave at 11.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we'll be good.
we usually cut off about that.
Yeah.
So I'm feeding. Oh, by the way, I'm feeding the rest of the 7 tacos that are left to the horse.
Because I ate one.
Mhm.
No, I gave one to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a good stopping point for us anyway.
Okay.
So, Fisk is leading you guys through the roads and sidewalks of Candlekeep, all the way up until you meet the walls of this circular tower chamber are punctured by arched windows that are currently shuttered. Bookcases filled with Eldrith volumes stand between the windows, while the tables are crowded with specimen jars, alchemic equipment, and other clutter. Engraved into the floor of the chamber is a large 9-pointed star. A middle-aged tiefling dressed in wizardly robes stands by one of the windows, caught in a fugu of intense contemplation. Perched in the corner of the table nearby is a spindly little demon with a warty green skin, buggy eyes, thin black horns, and a whip-like tail. I can't tell you how pleased I am to see you, says the tiefling. What have you brought for me?
I'm gonna lead with the puzzle box.
Okay.
Is he's the one that's gonna help us with it, or is
She.
it someone else? She.
Yes.
She's one. So I'm gonna lead with
Yeah,
the puzzle
female
box.
tiefling.
So
with
I'll pull
her-
that out of the bag of holding and kind of hold it up and be like, we have not been able to figure out what this is, what it does, or what it opens up into. And we were told you could help. Or I'll point to Fist. Fist said you could help.
Yes, most definitely. And the little creature comes over, and it kind of like reaches up its hands for the puzzle box.
Yeah, and I give it.
Okay. The little quasit grabs it, and it goes, hop skipping over to Silvira. Let me see. Yeah, she grabs it from the closet, and she starts looking at it very closely, like studying it, taking a look at it, like flipping it around, and then like just really getting into it. She's really taking a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's locked into it. She's looking, and she's like, and the other?
Other what?
Explain more.
Fisk is like, the green one. And she's like, oh. So she actually goes over, still holding the puzzle box. She goes over to Ruff, and she starts circling him. Where do you have the shield? You got it on your back, on your hip,
Back.
on your back.
He's nuts.
But she's still holding the puzzle box, and she like walks around the back of you. She looks at it, and she's like, But she doesn't like try to touch it. You see that she kind of refrains from trying to touch the shield or anything. And then, Ruff, you start to hear, "Don't let her touch me." So
I'll have what he's having. Talking about your burp, Eric. I'll have what he's having.
Yeah, get it. So she backs off.
That is Jefferson's single barrel.
Ooh,
Good. That's really good.
Store pick from Liquor Barn.
nice. Oh, is it one of the is it one of the owner pick barrels, or is it just a regular?
Oh no, I thought it was just a regular store.
Ah, damn.
I don't.
I was gonna say those are tasty.
Yeah, I'm not cool enough for that.
Oh.
That stuff's expensive.
Yeah, I had a buddy. He picked up some while he was here.
I want to get Barbarian level 6, then start going fighter.
It's up to you. It's your
There's a reason
build.
why I read something and it's very helpful.
Yeah.
You can't be charmed
George.
there's-
Mind control's not being charmed.
Frightened, charmed. Yeah, I know.
you want that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
If
about.
I'm going tank, I want that.
Yeah.
My character kind of pokes at the the bird on his shoulder, trying to.
It's
it's in the back of his
bag.
bag.
Okay.
Yeah, the bird couldn't sit on his shoulder; it kept falling.
Oh yeah.
I
So he
kept
put it in
falling
his
off.
backpack.
So,
So as she kind of steps back for a second, she kind of still studying the puzzle box. She says, "I've been suspicious of the High Overseer of Elturel for a long time, but no one wanted to hear my concerns because Thavius Creed was widely regarded as a hero. Saved this city from an undead scourge, giving rise to a holy nation of Elturgard. Hailed as a savior, Thavius made all citizens of Elturel swear an oath called the Creed Resolute, which binds them to defend the nation of Elturgard. I met him years ago, and my instincts told me that he was a charlatan. Afterward, I grew to suspect that he had cut a deal with one or more powerful devils, using the Creed Resolute to bind all of Elturel to his dark ritual."
we saw demonic shadow when we were conversing with him.
Ooh. Would anyone be able to draw me a resembling picture of the shadow?
Sure.
If
I
anybody
can.
remembers.
We all remember. I mean, any
Well,
one of us.
anybody wants to grab a piece of parchment?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, a piece of parchment and give me a
And I'll help him.
okay, so that'll give you advantage. Give me a
Can I do guidance on it too?
It
yeah.
depends. It's a
Yeah.
skill check, yeah.
I don't know if performance would really fit well. Let me see.
Wouldn't you do history?
No, because history is like remembering history
Or wisdom?
stuff.
No.
Let me see.
Where is freaking the bard when you need him?
Could be a dexterity check to see how accurately you can draw it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Performance would be pretty good, but I don't know what charisma would have to.
Yeah. If he did if he morphed his body or acted like it, then that'd be. I could see
How
performance.
many
on
levels
that.
are we going to? in this campaign?
Give
I
me.
don't know.
I don't know.
We'll do an insight. Give me an insight
That'd be
check
good. Okay, that would make sense.
That's
to remember how well. So you got advantage and your D4 for.
I rolled a
guidance.
nat 20
Oh well, shit, you're good then.
with a 4 on my guidance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're able.
I got +3 on insight, so 27.
Good grief. Yeah, so you're able to
I need to roll
basically
like that.
No, you don't.
shade out like the shape, like the little wings that were on it,
You
and
really
the
don't.
the little portly size, and the wings and the arms, and you know.
Yeah, I try to draw a really good description.
Yeah, you do a solid job of recreating that. And then so she continues on while you're doing that. She's basically states that she wishes to prove her theory and believe the evidence is locked inside of this puzzle box. So while she's sitting there, she has her closet. She calls to it. She's like, "Jezebel, the vial, the one over there, the black one. Grab that one and bring it to me. And so the Quasit, goes skipping along over to one of the tables, and you see her grab like a little test tube that has this like black ichor in it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. So the Quasit comes over and hands it to her, and she basically pops the lid to it, and she's looking, and she's kind of like going over the cube for a second, and then she's like, there it is, and she starts to pour the black ichor over the puzzle box. After a few moments, you see the ichor kind of like starts to follow a path around some of the runes and some of the, like, it looks like the Hellraiser box kind of, and you see it like filling in and like traveling around different sides of the box and filling in gaps and like making some of the sections, instead of like indented in areas, they come like flush and start doing all kinds of weirdness. So yeah, and she's it's filling in, and she's like tipping it and turning it around and examining it while it's basically filling in those ports and sections. And then you see like once it kind of starts to slow, and you see that it's coming around to the sixth side, and she kind of holds it up. She holds it up in the air, just out in her hand, and you see the box actually just pop apart.
Did I finish my description by then?
Yes. Yeah, while you're doing that, like, she's got the ichor going on the box, and then you're able to finish the picture that you had.
Yeah.
And then as you finish that, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna give it to her, or
Yeah, hold on.
you gonna go put it on the fridge with a magnet?
Here you go.
Ha-ha! So she grabs that while the box is kind of going, it pops open, and then as she does that, you hand her this, and she's like, I have to review this. I might have some information on this. She kind of sets it down on the table in front of her, and she like looks at it and references. She's like, I might know something.
And this is referencing.
The picture he drew.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, as the box pops open, you see a stack of 9 chain-linked plates. Each is about 3 inches on a side, cast of dark iron, like it's black. It looks like blackish iron. And it has different runes stamped into those plates. You guys are not able to understand it, but Eurus, you can actually read what is written on those plates.
Is it infernal?
Yep. Which, just to let you know, that the chick that's holding it is a tiefling.
So she knows.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So you and her are both the only ones in the room that can recognize the writing right off the bat.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, as she is sitting there, taking a look, she's kind of reviewing what's written on them. Actually, if you want, Eric, I can send this to you if you want to read it, or if not, I can just read it. It's up to you.
Just go ahead and read it, because I would read it out loud. This is something that would probably be printed to the group.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, your character kind of notices it as well. So, like, your character can kind of stop and, like, start, like, reading it aloud. And then, like I said, I can send it to you if you wanted to read it out loud, but I can just get it. Because you and her both are tieflings, so you both know it. So, she basically takes a minute to read through it, and then she's like, well, this is interesting.
What?
She ends up holding the plates out, and she's like, be it known to all, I, Fabius Krieg, High Overseer of Elturel, have sworn to my master Zerial, Lord of Avernus. to keep the agreements contained in this oath. I hereby submit to Zariel all matters and for all time. I will place her above all creatures, living and dead. I will obey her all my days and beyond with fear and servility. I recognize the dispensation of the device called the Solar Insidiator, hereafter called the Companion. In my capacity as High Overseer of Elturel and its vassal territories, I acknowledge that all lands falling underneath the light of the Companion are forfeit to Zariel. All persons bound by oath to defend Elturel are also considered forfeit.
Son of a biscuit.
I further recognize that this dispensation will last 50 years, after which the Companion will return whence it came, taking Elturel and its oath-bound defenders with it. If that is Zariel's wish, all this is my everlasting pledge. Written by the hand of Thavius Krieg himself.
That cunt.
Do we know how long it's been since any of that has happened, or does that all sound like
It's
rubbish at this point?
well, it's recent because Elturel's disappeared, so I'm assuming that we hit
Yeah.
that 50-year mark.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what we're
it's-
trying to figure out is why it disappeared.
I'm
too.
sure
Yeah.
Ray is probably pissed.
Ray is heated. Like, she's fuming. She is fuming off to the side. She's like, I should have hit him harder. I should have just broke his neck.
I would have summoned a demon here.
Yeah. Like, she's fuming, but at the same time, you kind of see her, like she's fuming, but at the same time, she collapses to the floor, just kind of, I'm mad,
Mad's crying.
but I'm
Mad crying,
fucked
right?
up, too, because I
Yep.
devoted myself to this guy, and she's just all kinds of bewildered.
She's mad crying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, yeah, while she's sitting down there, you kind of hear her, like, angrily through her teeth. She says that she's like, if Zariel wants my soul, she can come and get it.
Oh, let's see.
So, yes. So, yeah, she reads through that one. Basically, that's the evidence that they needed to show what Thavius was doing. So, Fisk is like, I can make sure that gets, that this information gets back to Baldur's Gate, so that way, they can handle it however they want to handle it with what we've done, and, the ones that they know have been a part of what the Vanthampurs and everything have done, I'll make sure this information gets back to the council. So, you guys don't have to worry about that. I'll take care of that part. Let's see. So yeah. After that, Silvira basically, she's like, well, that handles the first item at hand. Now, for the second. She goes over by the shield, and she kind of starts looking at it, and again, the face on it, like, you start hearing it's like, don't let her touch me, don't let her touch me, come on, just don't let her touch me. But she goes over, and the face, like the demonic face that's on the shield, you can kind of see it like start to like warp, and like kind of like it's sneering, and it's kind of like one of those pictures where you look at them, and depending on what angle you look at it, it looks like it's warping and shaping and moving. That's what it kind of looks like as you're looking at the shield.
That's not creepy.
Yeah. But she actually comes up and she's like, "Oh, Gargoth, you're such an idiot."
She's talking to the shield,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
so she knows what the shield is.
Yeah.
Who's Gargoth? Is what I'm going to ask her. And be like, who the fuck is
Oh, Gargoth, the idiot trapped in this shield. That's who it is.
Who is he?
Oh, She said, well, essentially, the shield is a symbol of good's triumph over evil. Gazing at such beauty, one can easily overlook the terrible force bound within it. Gargoth is, I believe, its name is, though it calls itself the Hidden Lord. So if anybody has heard any whisperings from the chunk here, the metal shield here, yeah.
What can you tell us about his shield?
Basically, Gargoth was a pit fiend.
So he's a devil.
Yeah. He was sent by Asmodeus to corrupt mortals on the material plane, and there it amassed such a following as to rival that of the gods. In that way, Gargoth became sort of a demigod. Demigod. Having worshippers increased its power exponentially. My, how the mighty have fallen. And she looks at the shield and she's like, the shield has the power to corrupt everything around it. The Hune family of Baldur's Gate has kept it for years now. Doubtless they'll want it back, but this shield should not be taken to any place where thousands of mortals reside. It needs to be locked away in an extra-dimensional space away from corruptible souls.
Not corruptible.
She kind of gives you a quick look. She's like, okay. But yeah, so basically it's a pit fiend that was trapped inside the shield.
What?
Interesting. Keep going.
What would? How did he get trapped? Is there any way to release him?
The details I am unsure of. There is probably a fully capable way of releasing him.
I know.
You do?
I take the shield and start waving it, saying, "Get out, get out!" And then try to hit it on the.
I put my hand on his wrist and say, "No,
Shield back.
not gonna work."
So
No way, get out.
takes the shield. He's like trying to shake the pit demon out of it.
I mean, that's something he
I'm
would
gonna grab
do.
the shield from him and put it back on my.
Doesn't help. Doesn't help. How get him out?
Is there any powers that it has?
I mean, it's from the research I've done. It's got a couple of different capabilities. I believe it makes the owner resistant to fire while utilizing fire magical capabilities. I know Fireball to be one. The other one I'm not sure of. And yeah, it's
So we gave Fireball to this guy.
oh, you've already seen it used.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, he was. I don't think
He wasn't here.
Yeah, you weren't here.
Yeah, he cast fireball at a flying devil.
Yeah, he
Or a
shot a
fiend.
fireball at a demon that was flying in the air.
Oh.
Never
It
realized
It didn't do anything, but
Because
Yeah.
they're resistant to fire.
he's already resistant, and then he rolled and made his save too. So
I wonder if you fire urine at the demon the fiend urine at somebody.
With what my
I wonder what that would happen to do.
Huh?
What happened?
Yeah.
Hey, you know, take out one of those bottles and say, "What is this stuff?"
Oh, the vials of the black stuff.
No. The fiend urine. What we have labeled as fiend urine.
Oh. Does she know what that is? She's like, She gives it a quick inspection. She's like, whatever it is, that can't be good. I'm not sure what purpose you have that for. I've got some vials of things in here that I would not want to have opened in the wrong circumstances, and that would probably be on that list.
Do you have anything to counteract it?
Counteract it? Yes. Pour it in the ground.
The
Somewhere
only
else.
reason it is because we gave it to his bird.
Bird wood. Bird wood.
Bird is not wood. It's in a coma. You tossed it in the
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Bird
You
wood.
gonna pull the bird out?
Yeah, like
she walks over to you and grabs the bird. She's like, oh. And it sounds like wood on. She's like, You fed that to this bird?
I'm just,
I'm.
I look at her with a dead expression on my face and say, "Welcome to my world."
So she's sitting there. She's like, I might.
Might burn, but not wood.
She's like, let me try something. She walks over. She's got like a vat that's like kind of bubbling, and she's like, nope, that didn't do it. And she's walking around the room. She's like going through the vials, and she was like, I think somebody had mentioned some monks had something similar to this happen. Is that the same thing? Oh, okay.
I kind of hold a bottle up and say, "Yeah."
She's like, "Oh, you have more. Great."
But I look at her dead face. But notice who's carrying it.
She's like, probably a good thing. So she grabs another little vial, and she pops it open, and it's got like some gurgling purple stuff in there. And she's like, nope, that didn't do it either.
By the way,
Maybe inside. So she like pops the bird's mouth open, like pries it,
Outside, how about that?
and then pours it in there. And she's looking at the bird, and then the bird actually like falls limp and comes back. And she kind of sets the bird on the table in the little closet, jumps up and just staring at the bird. And the bird like starts like coming out of it, it's like
bird alive. You're bird alive.
This is your fault.
This is
What?
both your all's faults.
What'd I do?
I fed it.
Yes.
I fed it.
So the bird comes back alive and is sitting on the table and is like, it kind of gets his wings back and is like, morons!
By the way, what
Now that they did that to them, I want to see if I can try that. I want to call the bird to land on my shoulder and say, "I'll keep you safe."
Give me a persuasion.
Are you serious?
Guidance.
Take my bird.
He's
You can persuade it your way.
I'm guiding you.
George,
Try to persuade it back your way.
what happened when she took the bird and put him upside down? in
I
that-
cast guidance on both of them.
Nothing. Well, you can only do it to one.
Oh, okay.
18.
18.
27.
Jeez.
Good with his guidance.
Yeah, with the guidance on top.
So Adam wins.
So the
Not
bird,
necessarily.
taco! Actually,
The birds are like, no.
the bird sits there and is like,
Did it at least taste good?
like,
Tastes like ass. Tastes like ass.
but the bird will like kind of hop over to you, and it still stops for a second. Is like, so it jumps onto your shoulder and kind of sits there for a minute.
Don't worry, I won't feed you anything nasty.
He's got tacos.
No, the horse ate them all.
You ate them.
Yeah, the horse has had 'em.
The horse ate them all. Green horse.
What new bird?
But as the bird's coming back, and you're like, "Come here, birdie! Come here, birdie!" You hear from the shield. It says, "Take me to the 9 hells, and I will do as you request."
Ooh, kinky.
Which is into Avernus, basically.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Where is the night house?
It's in Avernus.
Ah, glad that you asked. Silvira actually responds to that. She's like, she's like looking around. You see her start like flipping books around and grabbing scrolls and like dumping them out. Nope, not that one. She's like just filtering through a bunch of different things on the table. She ends up coming up with a rolled up map out of one of the scroll tubes. She dumps it and she's like, "This will probably help." It's not entirely reliable, but it's not entirely reliable. This should help you all if you decide you're going into Avernus. This is a map, not the greatest in reliability. The guy that created it kind of went mad, but it should at least get you in the general direction where you guys need to go.
So give it to Ingros so he doesn't go mad, right?
Well, the person writing it went mad.
Okay.
I don't know that the map itself made him go mad. I think creating it is what made him go mad.
Okay. So we now have a map of Avernus.
Yes.
You spell Avernus.
I brought the bird back at least.
A-V-E-R.
I killed the bird and never brought it back. Found somebody to bring it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to save bird. Oh, actually,
You're trying to burn the bird.
I thought the bird was wood now.
All right.
Oh, damn.
She lays the map out in front of you all.
Oh,
Whoa.
snap.
That is
That's hell.
very wide open.
That's very
Avernus?
Yep.
Yep.
The first level
What's
of
the-
the Nine Hells.
Is there anything on the back?
Eltro on the back.
Eltro. Okay.
Yeah.
Eltro that's in Avernus.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the first level?
Well, Avernus is the first of
Nine
the
levels
nine
of hell. Avernus is the first level. Of
Yeah.
the 9. So there's not 9 levels of Avernus.
Well, you
there's 9
start
levels
at
of
level
Yeah.
9
Avernus
and go
is
to
the
1, right?
Other way around.
No.
One
Yeah,
to
you
nine.
start at 1.
You start, but instead of it going 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you are entering the first of the 9 levels of hell soon. But basically, Silvira says,
That
there's a
doesn't
map.
pretty.
It should help you guys at least get generally where you need to go.
Gesundheit.
But yeah, and then when Tommy gets back.
You got some important facts to read?
The shield's talking to him
Oh, yay. That thing's entertaining.
again.
Oh, damn it.
What?
What?
I was going to say something over the bird while I was still wood.
Nah, what were you going to say?
I was going to tell Convor.
You're gonna what?
Hey, I killed a bird.
Kellenvor, I think he's dead. You could probably announce to Kellenvor. Roll me a percentile.
Okay. 67.
You get kind of a sense back from Kellenvor that he's like,
He's not dead yet. He's not dead yet.
yeah. But I'll get him when he comes back down. But basically, Silvira tells you all that map will help you once you get into Avernus.
Okay.
Getting there, not the most difficult possibility or process of doing it, but there is a wizard named Traxagor. He lives in a tower 20 miles from here. I've loaned him a spell book or two, so he owes me a favor. I can have you delivered safely to his tower, and he can use Plane Shift spell to take you straight to Elturel.
Freaking tower.
Even more importantly, Taxagor is looking after an old friend of mine, someone with a history of battling devils in the 9 hells. I think you'll enjoy her company very much. Her name is Lulu.
Swear to God, you said it was a sorcerer called Tim.
No.
Call him
Wait a minute.
Tim.
Wait a minute. Let me
Tim
get
the
this straight.
Toolman Taylor.
No, Tim.
We have-
It's a Monty
Monty
Python
Python
reference.
Oh.
We have an ogre
They called me Tim.
that's reading.
Yes.
We have an alcohol that is like nitroglycerin on acid.
Yes.
And now there's this amazing character, and their name is Lulu.
Yes.
The fuck are you doing to our minds?
So much good.
God damn it. We're literally in hell.
We're not there
Lashua
yet.
talks to you and says that if you'll take it into the 9 hells with you, it will be your advisor and guard. it'll serve you willingly, without question.
I'm guessing that's where we leave off.
Yes. I was gonna say, actually, I mean, really, I can just read these other two parts off.
Go ahead.
Actually, next
That
couple
might
of
be
parts.
important.
So is everybody good? Eurus,
Yep.
everybody's good with heading to Traxagor's tower?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're taking the shield with you, Silvira's like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Silvira.
Hey, I didn't have to use my inspiration on Vincent
So
today.
Silvira ushers you to a crescent-shaped landing platform with a stunning view of the sea. Waiting for you atop this platform are several griffins with saddles. Their handlers standing nearby to help you. The griffins have instructions to fly you to Traxagor's tower. Says Silvira, don't worry, it's safe.
Okay, well, before we do that, I'll also unsummon my horse.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's good. The griffins take flight and head out to sea, flying just below the clouds. Candlekeep looks no less majestic from the air, but grows smaller as the griffins soar westward. Large rocky islands pass below you, and beyond them lie an open sea. After a long journey, you see a windowless, doorless stone tower, which somehow floats in the sky ahead. The griffins pass through the jagged holes, riddling the tower's conical peak, to land on top the floor below, which has a spiral staircase leading down.
What's spiraling down?
Staircase.
Okay.
Once you guys are in the tower, as you descend through the levels of the tower, one level down you see a cluttered chamber illuminated by various objects upon which continual flame spells have been cast. Scurrying around the floor is an otter dressed in a tidy red cassock. The otter mumbles to itself in common, mentioning something about tuning fork. Suddenly, it notices that you're Suddenly, it takes notice of you and stands upright. Lulu, wake up! Our guests have arrived! At the sound of her name, a small elephant with golden fur appears from under a pile of blankets near a table strewn with alchemical equipment. The elephant takes to the air on feathery wings and lets out a pleasing trumpet sound.
I'm gonna need fucking therapy. Jesus
So
Christ.
we're in a tower called
Traxagor's tower.
Traxador.
Traxagor, G-O-R. Trax, T-R-A-X-I-G-O-R.
Door.
Hello! Swashbuckling bugbear rogue. I'm going to take up 2 levels of pally and take sentinel feet to start. Good grief.
Who doing that?
Riddick.
Oh.
Or
Sentinel's is basically the tank in Paladin.
Well, no, Sentinel's the feet.
Feet.
He took it with his paladin. Basically, if they try to run away or
That's-
attack an ally next to you, you can basically like negate some of the stuff that they're doing.
They get
It's
pretty
great on
nice.
rogues because it lets you get a sneak attack.
Yep.
Fighters can get it, right?
Anybody.
anybody
It's a
can do
feat.
it. It's a feat. You can pick
Look
it
up
up
the
at.
sentinel feet.
I should have got that as a fucking barbarian.
You should have it if you're a tank. You'll
Yeah.
absolutely want that. It's badass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you can actually, if they try to run away, if you hit them when they're trying to run away, you cancel out their movement, so they are at
If you
zero
hit them,
movement
yep.
and they're stuck in place.
Yep.
So we move this
Is there a way for me to go back and change Orcus
No, because then your AC is
Nope.
gonna go down, and your AC and
You
your
take
hit
it on
points
your
are
next
gonna
one,
go
though.
down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
You take it on your next one.
Hold on, what's going on?
Wait.
Whoa.
Isn't that
You
a
see a otter in a lab coat talking to you and yelling for a golden flying elephant that came out of a pile of blankets and started making trumpet sounds like it was happy to see you guys.
What you doing, little guy?
Lulu's not a little dog.
Are you shitting me? Now you change your damn voice?
Yay, they revived! Yay!
Angros reaches up, tries to, out of curiosity, tries to
And then
up and, down.
Critias.
Otter smart,
There you go.
elephant dumb.
Whatever helps you.
Rhea comes over and punches you in the kidney as hard as she can. Like, do not speak to the thing. Don't say that. Don't call her dumb. Down and hits on the floor, and you can kind of hear it hum. Like, it starts out as a really high-pitched, like, hum. You've kind of heard, tuning forks. It starts out as a very high-pitched hum.
Yep.
But then, as he starts, like, chanting, like, different words that you guys can't understand in different languages, as he starts chanting those, you start to hear the pitch just kind of drop. And it kind of goes into, like, a real demonic, like, hum. Already collapsed, the ground shudders beneath your feet. In the red, smoky sky, a 400-foot diameter sphere of darkness discharges storms of bluish-white lightning that strike the city at irregular intervals. No, the otter. Yeah, the otter's like, hey! Nope! And he utters a few words, and you just see him completely, like, vanish. Like, there's nobody in the streets that you guys can see. Like, the streets are bare. You guys are the only, like, living things that you can see in the streets right now.
That's interesting.
This is a little creepy.
Yes.
Only little?
So,